Hey everybody, welcome to Yoga Moments. I'm Janice, and today I am decked out in green because we have a yoga flow for our heart. So jump into something comfortable, hop on your mat. We're going to be on the floor today, and come join me. When you're ready, we're going to find a nice comfortable seat. So cross your legs, maybe you sit up on a blanket, make a little throne, or whatever you need so that you don't feel any pressure or tension in your hips. And when you've got your seat, we'll take it inside. So pelvic floor lifts up, engage the pelvic floor, draw your navel in and up, and then heart will lift. So we're just kind of creating a lift up through the front body, letting our shoulder blades be heavy on our back, maybe even drawing them together just a little bit like you're holding a pencil. You got this. And then let your sit bones be heavy. So as much as we're creating this lift, we're also kind of grounding, giving ourselves a nice base, a nice anchor point for our flow today. And we're just going to start simply by doing circles with our nose. So we want to warm up our spine, and we're going to do that starting with our neck. So inhale, draw a line with your nose all the way up, over, exhale, come down and through. So follow your breath, inhale up, exhale, come down and around, and you can change it up. You can do big circles, you can do small circles. What you're feeling is a little stretch throughout your neck. So finding what feels good, maybe taking your gaze all around with you. And just noticing how you feel. If you've got some snaps and crackles, no worries. It's just nice to tend to ourselves, especially in ways that we might not always. So take your circle the other way now. And again, see if you can follow your breathing. And change it up. So big circles or small circles or in between, whatever feels good for you. So really find your power here. Find that empowering, yep, this is feeling good for me. And then we'll come back to center, and mindfully we're going to make our way into tabletop. So seeing if we can bring this alignment with us in our core. And we're going to stack our shoulders over top of our wrists, stack our hips over top of our knees, and really claw into the earth. So really taking our fingers, pressing them into the earth, almost so much that we lift our wrists, almost. So we're just creating a little bit of weight distribution here rather than collapsing into our wrist. And then we're going to rotate our elbows in and up towards the front of our mat, lift our heart up between our shoulders, and then draw our navel to the spine. So we'll inhale, draw a line with our nose. Inhale and look all the way up. Lower the belly. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale, round that tailbone through. Arch through your back. This is cat pose, so just warming up the spine here. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, round through. So you can follow your breath. You don't have to stay on the same pace I am. Everybody breathes at a different rate and a different depth. So do what you need here. And then once you've evened it out, we'll come all the way back to center here. We're going to take the left hand, take it out to the side, really reach it parallel to the earth. And then we'll exhale, reach it in behind your right hand. So coming into a twist here. You can bring your head to the mat if you can. Otherwise, maybe grab a pillow if you used a blanket before. And just using your breath here to find that twist. So no needing to force it. We show up on our mat to let go of all that trying. We'll inhale and press up. So we don't have to force things when we're on our mat, and that's a good practice that we translate, off the mat as well. We'll inhale, take our right arm all the way out, parallel to the earth, reach through the fingertips, draw up with your navel, and then we'll exhale, reach it all the way through. You might walk your left hand out just a little bit. Find your breath here. And then we'll inhale, press all the way up. And we'll curl our toes, send our hips up and back into down dog. So reaching through your heels here, you can find a little organic movement. Press into your fingertips again. Notice if your hips shift back. You got this. And then when you're ready, we're going to slide our right heel up, reach it all the way back, parallel to the earth, toes are down, and then we're going to step it all the way up between our hands. And if you take 6 or 7 or 10 or 20 steps to get there, no worries. We'll meet you here, and we're going to reach through our left heel all the way back, squeeze our thighs together, and then we'll inhale, come all the way up. So if you're feeling a lot unstable here, you can always be down on your back knee. But see if you can challenge yourself here. So we're going to reach up, squeeze our thighs together, draw our right hip crease back, open up towards the sky just a little. Nice big inhale. And then we'll exhale, plant our hands, step the right foot back, and lower all the way down to the earth. So coming into Cobra with our hands underneath our shoulders, a little bit of weight in the elbows, and then we'll press our pelvis into the ground. Inhale, lift our heart. Exhale, release. And then we'll inhale, press up to plank and back into down dog. If you have to come up into half plank, no worries. We'll meet you here. So no rushing. Today we take our time, and then we inhale, slide our left foot all the way up, reach it back, and exhale, step the left foot up. So again, if you need to lower your back leg, otherwise we're going to keep our right leg lifted, our right knee lifted, press into your front foot, inhale, come all the way up. See if you can slide your left hip crease back, squaring your hips. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bring it back down to the mat. We'll step our left foot back, come all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Take a little weight in the elbows, press into your pelvis. Exhale, back down to the mat. From here, we're going to reach our arms all the way out in front of us, stretch them out nice and far. Nice full body stretch. And then we're going to inhale, lift our arms. Exhale, release. And this time we'll inhale, lift our legs up. You might wiggle your toes. Exhale, release. So we're warming up here for locust. So this time we're going to inhale, lift both arms, both feet. Nice gentle back bend. You don't have to come up very high, but just a Superman. Exhale, release. We're going to do one more. And we're going to inhale, nice and gentle, reach your arms forward, feet backwards. Stay here, one more breath, inhale. And exhale, release. We're going to send our hands underneath our shoulders, press up and shift our weight all the way back to child's pose. So no downward dog, we're going to take a rest. You worked so hard through that. And I gotcha. I'm right there with you. Sometimes our heart openers are challenging, so we'll take just a quiet moment here. Letting our breath expand. Noticing how we feel. And And then we'll slide our arms forward. Inhale, come all the way up. And I'm just walking my knees to the middle of my mat. I'm going to keep them hip width apart here. So this is a new pose that we haven't done. It's not new, it's just that we haven't done it. But we're going to come into camel, and I generally tend to teach this slightly differently than most instructors I've had. So we're going to curl our toes underneath us. We're going to come up high onto our toes, and we're going to reach our hands back. So reaching back towards our heels here. You're going to rotate so your thumbs are on the outside if you can. And then we're going to lean back. So if this is all you can do, no worries. If it's your feet, don't worry. Just come down and you can walk your hands back and open your heart. Okay, but if you want to come a little fuller into the posture, and honestly just work to wherever your appropriate edge is today. So every day is different. We're going to turn our thumbs out, lean back, and then reach our hips forward. So we're coming into camel from a closed loop. You can tuck your chin if that feels good for you, or you can gaze up towards the sky. Reach your hips forward, reach your heart up. Find your breath. And then on an exhale, come back. So if you're just flat on the tops of your feet and reaching back, no worries. Similar idea, we're just opening our heart. We'll all meet back here in a nice comfortable pose on our knees. And then we're gonna do that one more time. So fix your bangs if you need to. Clearly I do. We're gonna bring our knees and feet hip width apart. And again, explore here so you can be on your toes. I've done a lot of foot and leg work lately, so I'm feeling it, let's say. And then you can reach back, or you can be flat on your feet, just come back, lift your hips. Either way, if you're here, you got this. Open your heart, lift your hips. Lift your heart up towards the sky, or curl your toes, bring your shoulder blades together, and then lift your hips. Lift your heart. 3 sweet breaths here. If you're struggling, come back to your breath. If you have to release, do so with control. And then we're just going to cross our ankles, come back into a C. So if you did any part of that, even if it didn't go perfectly, congratulate yourself. Those are not easy poses for a lot of people. There's a lot of heart opening, and not only is it challenging physically, emotionally, it can be pretty triggering. So just come back to your breath, find what feels good, know that you are safe. You got this, I'm right there with you. I got you too. And we're gonna come into Dandasana, or staff pose, so feet out straight in front of us. If your knees have to be bent, no worries. See if you can sit up nice and tall. We're going to reach our arms up, and then exhale, bring it forward. So a little bit of a forward fold here, just to counter our heart openers a little bit. Not to counter the heart opening, but just to balance our spine. Finding breath here. So reaching our heart forward, and then letting our head hang. Find your breath, nice quiet moments. And that's all everything is. It's just moments. And the more happy, feel-good moments we have, the more of a happy, feel-good life we have. I'm going to slide my bum to the south end of my mat. Come onto my back. I'm going to just adjust the mic pack here. And then I'm going to hug my knees into my chest. So another counter here, just to let your spine relax. And find a little organic movement. So moving left to right, whatever feels good. You might extend the knees. See if you can bring your shoulders, just tuck them in behind your back. So if you're finding this to be a tougher one, no worries. I'm right there with you too. And we're gonna bring our feet to the mat, knees up to the sky. We're almost there. You're doing fabulous. I'm gonna take my arms out into a nice big T and let my knees fall a little to the left. So coming into our spinal twist, just thanking our spine for all it's done today. If you're feeling that rush, don't worry. Emotions or, just even having trouble coming back to your breath. You got this. I know you do. It's why we show up. It's why we practice this. And then we'll draw our navel to our spine, let our lower back come to the mat and our knees follow. And then we'll let our knees fall to the right side. So just a light spinal twist. Use your breath here. Let it guide you. And then we'll draw our navel to our spine again. Bring our lower back to the mat. We're gonna bring our feet up towards the sky. You can grab the outside, you can grab the inside, whatever you prefer. But we're gonna come into a nice happy baby. Just rolling back and forth, having some fun. Because we wanna open our heart and we wanna have fun doing it. We wanna be able to play, enjoy life, not take it too seriously. So really see if you can bring your knees closer to your torso and reach your tailbone away from you. And if you're like, well, that's not fun, it just tells us, places we can continue to keep opening. And that's not a bad thing. So rock it out here. Notice how your breath has changed. And then we're gonna bring our feet back to the mat. Extend your right leg, extend your left leg. We'll press into our head, tuck our shoulders underneath our bright open heart. And our palms will turn up and we'll settle in for Shavasana. So take as long as you need today. Give yourself permission. And know that whatever's going on, I'm right there. I'm rooting for you. I love you guys so much. And I'll bring my hands to my heart, from my heart to yours. Namaste.